Hi, I'm Kushagra Sinha. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Genie. I'm a UX researcher and product designer by training. We are based from Bangalore. Genie is a mobile adoption platform for the next billion users. We are trying to help people like my mom and dad to start using digital platforms and start availing digital services and products which they face a lot of problem in. And so we have created an assistant which helps them in using any sort of mobile application by talking to them in their own language so that they feel comfortable, and we humanize technology for them. UX design is not just about the visual identity. Visual identity is definitely very important, and it is one part of the UX design. UX is user experience, and it covers all the touch points across which your company interacts with your customer. In the end, the objective of that is to align the needs of the customers with the solutions and the services that you're providing, right? That alignment, that tinkering and optimization of your product with that customer need is what user experience is all about, right? And I think it's important at every stage of a startup. What I've seen in the industry, a lot of times startups come up with, okay, right now we probably don't need to focus on UX now, we'll do it later, right? That's okay, right? But then you need to realize this, that the quality of your services, the quality of your experience would greatly be affected by user experience, because user experience is everywhere. What you are doing right now also without a UX guy is also UX. You don't realize, you don't call it UX because the definition that we tend to use is very limited to UI, but essentially that's UX, right? Scope of user experience, you are actually doing that, right? So it's good if you have some expertise in that in your team, and so that you will be able to execute that process is much better, right? Also, it depends on what kind of problem you're solving and how important that problem is for the customer. If it's a, say, user-centered problem which you are solving, it becomes extremely important for you to have a UX person or have some user UX expertise in your team. For example, what we are doing at Genie is a pure interaction design problem that we are trying to solve. So for us, it becomes extremely important to have the design thinking process and the UX process established from day one, right? So before writing a single line of code, we had done tons of testings, by all of that by simulations, and we were very sure of that this is how the product would be and this is how the product would behave. We just now need to figure how to build a tech around it, right? So this is how the process should be actually. A lot of times what we do is people who are not aware of the user research process or the user-centered design process, they end up creating solutions first, and then they try to see, okay, is it solving the user's problem, right? So this is like force fitting, and since they have already put their efforts, they feel some sort of attachment with that, and then biases come, right? So as a user experience researcher or a user experience designer, it's very important for you to remove those biases, and design thinking process lets you do that.